Well, I've had the HDMI cable, but I just realized my computer has an HDMI port, which is really how I'm hooked to another monitor right now.
Mm, gotcha.
It's a HDMI to, I believe, AVI.
Nice.
I can't tell from here though. Of course, it's on
I
the back of mine.
I usually don't hook mine up to the TV.
I hooked mine up to the monitor because it helps me see, and then I did the TV because I was playing Don't Starve, and I was using my controller. I
Mm,
was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit back in bed and just play it from here
yeah.
because I don't like having to stretch the keyboard across my room
I
because I don't have a wireless keyboard,
yeah.
which I want.
I need to buy a small flat screen TV, so that
Go
way
to
I can play Xbox inside. But I'm gonna wait till like Black Friday.
we'll go to Walmart, and the Emerson is $178.
Well, yeah, but if I wait till Black Friday, it'll be like 70.
Yeah, except this one's a 32 inch, which has already dropped like major price. I mean, yeah, you could wait till Black Friday,
True.
or you could get it now and get something else Black Friday.
True, but if I buy it now, I won't have
Oh,
enough
it's like,
money to do anything on Black Friday. Where if I wait till Black Friday, I'll have enough money to get something on, or more than one thing on Black Friday.
if you actually get it
True.
on Black Friday, because you know that's going to be one of the first things going.
Yeah.
When is Black Friday? I mean, no, Friday.
Might be. Might be.
Which one's Black Friday?
Mm,
Do you know what day it is?
today is the third.
No, what day Black Friday is?
Oh, heck if I know.
Is it after Halloween? After is it after Halloween?
It's the day. No, it's yeah.
Is it
Or
is it
it's the
after
day.
Thanksgiving?
It's yeah. It's the day. It's the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Then that's the 27th. Hmm. What do I want to go and try and acquire that day? If anything.
I'm gonna get a TV and hopefully an Xbox One.
I got my brother an Xbox 360.
You know they're gonna discontinue those in I think at the beginning of the new year.
Like, how discontinue?
Like stop making anything and everything related to 360.
Oh, well, I don't care about like new games. He's fine with what they've already come
Well,
out with.
we'll see if you get the Xbox One. They're doing the backwards compatibility thing for it.
So they say. They said the same thing about PS4.
Yeah.
You know what they did to solve that? They created a streaming thing where you have to pay for it.
Well, the way that Microsoft said they're doing it is um you pay or you don't pay for it. It'll become available in this November, and you just download it. Like
Well, here's the question
you
for
don't
you.
have to do anything
Well,
special. You just
here's the really big question for you. How come they can just make it a download when it has to be hardware in there to read that disc?
because it's an emulator. It's a 360 emulator,
Hmm. But that means
and
if you're
and for the Xbox One, you have to install all your games now. Like you get a 1 terabyte hard drive, and you have to install all your games, and all the data is stored like for the campaign and stuff on the
mhm,
cloud. So it's kind of a way to make you have to have Xbox Live.
pretty
Now,
much that's
I
what PlayStation and Xbox did is they screwed you.
yeah, well, I don't mind so much because I'm gonna have Xbox Live anyway. It's just when my internet goes down or whatever,
Mhm.
that's what's gonna piss me off about
I
saving.
don't I don't like them being able to tell me I can't play offline.
Yeah.
Like
Well you can. It's just you you have to it's either going to be arcade wise or because I don't have an Xbox One, so I'm not entirely sure. But I'm pretty sure that you I'm pretty sure there's a way to save it to
Well,
your system. Because I mean that would be kind of stupid if there
do you
wasn't.
know how PS4 works?
No, I
If you don't have PlayStation Plus, you don't go online, which of course is like Xbox.
yeah.
But games like Destiny, mm-mm, you can't play unless you have PlayStation Plus, even if you buy the game,
Why?
because it's all online. There is no campaign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's the same thing with Defiance. I have a game called Defiance, and that's all online for it's all online for the game.
stupid. You should be able to find this stupid game rather than freaking pay every month for it. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Because like I already bought this stupid game. Why am I having to pay more?
Well, the way they figure it is if you bought the game, you most people buy games like that for the multiplayer anyway. So when if you were gonna buy that game, you should be somebody who already has the live service, you know?
If I wanted to play online, I still shouldn't have to pay for it because I'm also paying for internet at my house.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. No, I get you.
I mean, they're just pulling money from people.
Yeah, I
Suck.
pay I pay $10 a month for Xbox Live. Now I realize I could probably pay, I think it's like $60, and I get a whole year for it. But $60 at once is kind of a hard hit on my wallet.
It is. Yeah.
But then I mean, for 12 months of service instead of $60, I'm paying 120. You
Yeah.
know. And on top of that, when they stop making 360 crap, I think they're gonna actually stop doing 360 live at some point as well. So if I pay for a full
Yeah.
year, if I pay for a full year Xbox Live,
Yeah.
and
You
they
don't want to
stop,
get screwed
yeah, they stop,
halfway through.
and they stop 360 crap at like the 4 month mark of me having it. What was the point of paying for the full year?
Right.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of why I haven't paid for the full year yet.
I think it's stupid.
Yeah. Like I don't understand, and that's why a lot of people go to PC as well for certain games, like
Mm-hmm.
like Black Ops Zombies, because on your PC you can play it forever online,
Yeah.
whereas on Xbox Live they shut that down once the new system takes off.
Pretty much.
Which I think, though, they might actually change that. Hopefully, with with the Xbox One. Hopefully, they'll do something where it's like, I don't know, the 360 emulator. You can still play 360 games, but it's gonna be on Xbox One Live. You know,
Yeah.
because that would be very nice.
What kills me is you know what PlayStation said?
What?
They go, yeah, we'll make it backwards compatible. You'll be able to play your game.
And they didn't.
Not the way they were making it out to be. We were thinking, oh, maybe it'll be like the way the PS3 was, and only certain ones will be able to play
Yeah.
PS2, which that we're okay with. I'll pay a couple extra bucks up front to play my old game.
Mhm.
No, they decided, oh, no, you have to stream it, which basically, even if you own the game, you can't play it unless you're paying me. So the CDs I have sitting in my house are completely useless and
Wow.
have no good anymore unless I still have a PS2 or a PS3.
That's
And
crap.
it's like, it's not even like they couldn't do it because they've done it before.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 played PlayStation 1, PlayStation 3 played PlayStation 2. Why couldn't you do 4 playing 3? You know?
Mhm.
It's not that hard.
For Christ's sake, Xbox did it.
It's stupid. basically what happened was PlayStation caught on to Xbox earning money for people getting online, stuff like that,
Yeah.
and screwed everything up. And that's really the only reason people stayed on PlayStation was because you didn't have to pay online. You
Yeah.
know, because all the good games are on PS on Xbox.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I mean,
that's because Xbox is a bigger company when you think
yeah,
about it. Because Xbox does computer stuff as well.
hmm
So
yeah, Microsoft.
even if the Microsoft Xbox eventually faded out, they still have a ton, like a ton of revenue from their Microsoft computer stuff
Yeah,
and their Windows phones.
sticks me off.
What what ticks what ticks me off isn't the it's not the not really that. What ticks me off is the DLC stuff. Games used to come with everything that you were going to get up front.
hmm
And then they changed it to, well, we didn't make everything into the game yet, but
Yeah,
when it comes out, you can download it for free.
yeah,
And then they went to, we're going to make you pay for a couple of those.
yeah,
And then they went to, we're going to make you pay for every single DLC content that comes out, map for map. And it's like, well, honestly, in some of these things, you can't even play multiplayer like without the DLC crap.
hmm
So you buy the game and all you get is the campaign. You don't get the
pretty
multiplayer
much.
stuff. And it's annoying. I mean, like GTA 5 did a really awesome job because all of their updates were free, and like I praise them for that. Now, I mean, the updates took up so much memory, but hey, at least they were free. Freaking Call of Duty Zombies, it's like every single map is gonna cost you something, and I have this feeling that you know how in on the first Black Ops game, it came with 3 maps,
Yeah,
and then the second Call of Duty game came with 3 maps. I have this feeling that on Black Ops 3, there's gonna be like one, and you have to buy all the rest.
and
I
see,
just have this feeling that that's gonna
I
happen.
understand the ones that were like really special,
Like
like
Mob of the Dead or Origins.
yeah, yeah,
But
or like
the the
even
diner
with like
one,
Rocket League making it so you can drive the DeLorean.
yeah. The freaking the Black Ops map that included what was it? The diner. Dude, the diner should have been one of the ones that was free.
Yeah.
Like nobody wanted to play that ever.
hmm
And in the new game, like I feel like they're gonna remake Derice, and they're probably gonna remake Derice, Kino, and one other map, but only like the remake of either Derice or Kino is gonna be available, and then you have to buy all the others, inclusive the Shadows one.
Yeah. And see, I mean, like I was saying, I understand ones that are like very specific to the time. Because Rocket League did one for the DeLorean, on the day
Yeah,
of Marty McFly coming to the future.
yeah,
Very specific ones like that. I
yeah,
understand. Maybe even stuff like Mortal Kombat where you buy these special characters.
yeah.
Jason Voorhees, Predator, stuff like that.
Mhm.
I understand. But, like, come on. There's some things that's not necessary for me to have to pay for to get.
Like the 4 multiplayer maps that come with one zombies map.
hmm
Like I don't know about you, but I'm not paying for the multiplayer maps. I'm paying to get the zombies map.
Exactly.
Especially like, cause like in that's why I don't have Ascension, Call of the Dead, or the Shangri-La, because on the original Black Ops, because it's $15.99 for the map pack. But the thing is, with all the other map packs that they released, it was like 3 zombies maps, and
Yeah,
then like 2 multiplayer maps. Nobody
yeah,
nobody gives a crap about the multiplayer maps. That's a bonus that you get when you buy the zombies maps.
right.
When you have the single zombies map, I don't want to buy that because that's $15 for one map. That's
Hmm.
bull. That is complete bull. And I mean that's just it's too much. I mean eventually I'll probably buy it, but I don't. Mm. I mean
Yeah,
really,
it's not fair.
yeah.
You know.
Because when all is said and done, that's $45 for 3 maps.
Hmm.
When all the other map packs were $15 for 3 maps.
Yep.
So, you know,
So stupid.
yeah. But I will say that I guess they kind of made up for it in the fact that World at War, they released the modding tools for it, and they continue to release modding tools for all the existing Call of Duty games, so you can add and make your own maps, at least for PC, you know?
Yeah. See, I miss when it was like at the beginning you had two versions of the game you could buy. You could buy the base version and then buy the DLC later if you wanted, or you could buy like the special edition where it came with everything supposedly. You
Yeah.
know, because I had like Battlefield used to do that. It was awesome
Mhm.
because it was I could just not have to worry about the add-ons later
Yeah.
because I had them part of the game.
Yeah, that's something I didn't quite understand about Battlefield was the necessity apparently to have 2 discs. What? But
Well,
like, I
on
mean,
PS,
I understand that maybe there's a lot of content,
well, I'll
but
tell you, on PlayStation there was never two discs.
yeah.
That's all been on Xbox.
Mhm.
I don't know why Xbox did that because when I bought a bunch from them, I noticed a lot of their games with two discs, and I don't get that.
Well, usually what it is it's the install disc and then the
Well,
game disc.
I saw one of them was single player and the other one was multiplayer
Yeah, no,
on the.
that's okay. So like on Halo 4, it's on Halo 4, it's the install disc and then the gameplay disc. The install
Yeah,
disc installs all the stuff you need for the game, including updates, anything at all, right?
yeah,
And then you can play the game. And then all you need is the single disc. But the thing is, when it comes to that one, it's completely useless without having installed the software first. You can't
yeah.
play anything except the campaign. Same thing with like Battlefield 3. I have Battlefield 3
Uh,
and it's like you can't play the game. I don't understand it. The main menu has campaign, multiplayer and co-op, right? Well,
yeah,
on the campaign disc, the only one you can choose is campaign. Why didn't they just make it so that all there was the campaign when you put the disc in? Why is there 3 options? And
yeah.
then on the
Right.
multiplayer disc, only multiplayer and co-op work, not the campaign. Like,
Yeah,
what? Really? And so another thing that kind of ticked me off was the fact that EA made you sign up and have your own like EA account in order to play Battlefield. Like, I already have an Xbox Live account. Why do I need to make an EA account too?
right.
Like that, and they made it so hard too. Like with Xbox Live, all you had to do was put in your email, your password, and you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and your credit card information, obviously. But for but for EA, it's like you have to put in your email, your password, a bunch of numbers, and then you have to go into your email, get the confirmation email, make
Mhm.
sure that the confirmation email sent through, and then you have to go back, type in that number, and then what else was there? I think it's you have to wait for the activation, and then once it activates, you have to type in your email and password again, and then select for it to keep you logged in. Otherwise, it will make you do it every single time you go back in.
Yeah.
And it's like what's why? What's the point? Like I have an Xbox Live account. Can't you get all my information from that?
Right. It's really stupid. What I thought was funny though was when I was setting up the Xbox, I logged into my Microsoft account because I knew I had one,
Yeah.
and um, my like username was like baddest Robin 85, and I'm like, what? That's not my username.
Mhm.
And so I'm trying to figure out why I had this, and so finally I mentioned it to my dad, and he goes, I think when you make the Microsoft account and it's on a computer, they pre-assign you an Xbox name, just the battle name, instead of letting you choose.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
this.
actually, it actually does that when you do it from Xbox as well, because mine was like spiritual rabbit foot or something like that.
This is
Like
so stupid.
it was like spiritual rabbit foot 11,
Yeah.
and then I had to go to my settings and change it.
Yeah, I changed mine and it was like you get one free change of your name, and it was, why do I have to waste it? Because you didn't ask.
Yeah. And actually you have infinite ones. You just have to glitch it.
How do you glitch it?
I can't remember. It's something about like constantly logging in and out of the changing the thing window. Um, I found it on YouTube once, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, well, I see how it glitches it. It's like something to do with it receives the confirmation, but then you have to like pay to do the change, right? But then if you
Yeah.
cancel the payment, it still pushes like it still registers the name change anyway. so so it's like all you have to do is say, I'm willing to pay for the name change, and then when they go to like write it down, it's kind of like it's kind of like you purchase a cake and you go to the cake decorator and you're like, can you write happy birthday on that? And they're like, okay, it'll be like $2, right?
Hmm.
And then they decorate it and then they hand it to you and then you just don't pay.
Yeah,
They
you're like,
already
never
did.
mind, I
They
didn't
are.
want the
Yeah,
writing on there.
yeah. They already did it. They can't change it. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So I just find it funny because it's like, oh,
Uh,
it changes your name. It sends you the email, and then you just
you still
cancel
pay.
the payment, and it
We
just leaves your
had
name.
we had a customer today that was so freaking annoying. She comes up and so she specially orders her Sadie, which is our baked potato with butter, sour cream, cheese, uh, chopped sausage, chopped brisket, sauteed onions, and beans on top.
Yeah.
Well, she goes, I don't want onions. I want extra chop, but I want the extra chop to be put on the side, but I still want some on there. And then she goes, and then I want cheese on top. And so we're like, okay. So in the middle of doing that, we screwed up somewhere along the way. Somebody put beans on it, and so we do it again. And then we get it right. We get it to her. And she goes back up and she goes, oh, I didn't want sour cream.
you
It's like, you, you,
have to say it before we make it.
hmm hmm we told you what was on here, and you said sour cream was fine. Now that we've made it, which
Now
we
you
can't go
change your
back, and
mind.
nobody else is gonna order the way you made it. It was so stupid.
Yeah. Now you change your mind. Like
Yeah, and they made it for free. It was like
I.
you made
That's
her only pay that one time.
that
It was
pit.
like, come on.
I hate people like that, man. Dude, my work is ridiculous too. Like, but it's mainly the freaking managers because we don't have the proper equipment, okay?
Oh yeah.
The fryers we have are like 30 years old, right? The no, I'm not even kidding. The fryers are like 30 years old at least, and the electrical cords on it are like torn up a bit. One of my coworkers actually got electrocuted yesterday night
Oh.
because we don't have the correct stuff, right? So so there's that, and then I almost died of a coughing attack um, because we don't have masks for cleaning the inside of the rotisserie, and we have to spray this stuff. And whenever you spray this like sumo foam crap, it like lingers in the air, and if you breathe it in, it's like smoke inhalation almost. On top of the fact that the rotisserie is still burning a little bit, so there's actual smoke there as well. So that doesn't help either. So they're supposed to have masks for us. Now, mind you, we probably wouldn't use them anyway, but they're supposed to have them in case.
Because what if I wanted to?
Yeah,
Now that now that I can't,
because
I don't want
I
to.
started choking, and so I definitely would have gone and gotten a mask, after that, but I couldn't
Yeah.
because we didn't have any. So that's just another issue. There's
We
scheduling issues all the time, and
we have that issue
there's
with
the markdown guns.
yeah.
Well, we have to mark down food at the end of the night. Well, when we go to mark it down, we need the markdown gun and a printer, right? The
Hmm.
markdown guns are touchscreen. Most of them you have to like hit like an inch below wherever it is you're trying to hit in order to actually for it to register. And then the printer for like the 7 departments that are in the store, there's one printer. So we all have to share one printer, and it's like meat, seafood, and deli always need it at the same time. But the thing is, the meat and seafood, it's not for like customers or anything. The deli, we serve the stuff for dinner. People show up to get dinner, and
Hmm.
we're sitting there trying to help these people get the food, and the meat and seafood are like, no, we're using the printer, and I'm sitting there going, well, we kind of need it because people they want it, like
Yeah.
they want their dinner. And just today I had I had 3 people show up to get the marked down dinners, and
Hmm.
I couldn't get the printer because the manager was up at the front and he was helping a customer, and he's like, I'm not going to go and open the door for you just yet, even though the door is literally 5 feet from the counter. Like, it is 5 feet from the counter, and all he had to do was like walk 3 steps, open the door, and then be done, right? Well,
Yeah.
he didn't do that. So there's that, and then on top of the fact that the printer wasn't even in there, it was actually in another department and they didn't want to give it to us because they were using it, and I'm like, dude, I have a more pressing matter than you do, and you still have stuff to clean. Like, go clean that crap while we mark down our stuff. It's really
Yeah.
not that difficult. And so then I get the printer, I print out one label, and then the freaking markdown gun dies because nobody charges the damn batteries. So I'm like, oh my god. So then I had to walk all the way to the back room just to get um just to get an extra battery for this gun. And then on top of that, um when I come back, the there's another person that wanted the markdown, and so I had to do 4 markdowns super fast, and then I had to finish the rest of the stuff, and then the bakery needed the gun, so she took it, and then we cleaned out the hot case, and we needed the gun still, and I turn around and it's gone, it and the printer, and I'm just like, well, what? But I need to put these out, like, it's ridiculous. And
Yeah.
then the fact that apparently, uh, they here's what my manager told me. My manager told me that apparently when we were hired, we were told that we're not allowed to take off work for holidays
Uh-huh.
because we need to be fair to everybody, and that the only way that you're going to be able to take off is for a religious reason. Well, I did I wasn't told that, nor were a couple of my coworkers told that when they were hired. We were told
Yeah.
we were told that we're open holidays and that you must be willing to work holidays, but we were never told that we are not allowed to take off.
Yeah.
So I had a either way, I had already planned to come back to Texas to visit my friends and Ashley in December. Like she had already bought the ticket and all that stuff before I was even hired, right?
Yeah.
So the this was set. This was set already, and
Yeah.
and so I left a note about 3 or 4 months ago to my manager saying, hey, this is what's going on, and that
Mm-hmm.
I need these days off from the 26th to the 3rd from December into the new year. And nothing was said to me until like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
So the time period to which we could have probably returned or changed the dates is way past.
Well, wait, you said you're coming here the 26th?
Yeah, from the 26th to the 3rd.
Well, then you're not on holiday.
Exactly. Thank you. They apparently they
Christmas is over.
Yeah, exactly.
New Year's isn't a holiday.
Apparently they consider New Year's a holiday. I
What
I don't
religion would take New Year's off?
I don't know. But it makes no sense because we don't work Christmas anyway, but when they say holiday, they're talking, I guess, like the week leading up and the week following a holiday, but
That's when you
it's
look at
not
them
the
and go, so I can't go on a vacation with my family because you didn't tell me.
yeah.
And
On top of the fact that
that's when you
it's not actually a holiday.
tell them to pull out the paperwork and show you where in the paperwork it said and where you agreed to it, saying that you cannot have a vacation.
Yeah. And well, it's not even really a vacation because a vacation is I'm getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not. It's a non-paid leave.
Yeah.
So it's no skin off their back except for the fact that I won't be available. And honestly, like I hate the job so much that if they fire me, I don't care. And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm gonna start looking for a new job anyways, so chances are I'm gonna quit, take that week off, and then end up getting a new job when I come back.
Yeah.
Because it's getting to the point of ridiculousness because some of the things like we're doing a 3-person job, right?
Mm-hmm.
With 2 people.
Yeah.
And occasionally our manager feels that one person can do the job. So it'll be one person alone for like 2 or 3 hours in the deli doing prep work, cook work, um, helping customers, and cleaning. I'm sorry, but one person cannot do all that. And then the store manager will come over and they will yell at us basically
Yeah.
saying like, "Hey, why are there no rotisserie chickens out there? Why is the wing bar almost out?" And it's like, um, I I've been helping these customers for the past 45 minutes, one after the other, because nobody's here to help me get it
That when
done
you
faster.
that you go,
And
hang on, let me get my coworker. Oh,
yeah,
wait.
yeah, and so they, I'm sorry that you showed up in the only 30 seconds of break I've had in the past hour, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and on top of that, they say, this is the kicker. They say that you must, if you work if you work 5 hours or more, you must take a break.
Mm-hmm.
You must take a lunch break. No, no, I don't. It's optional.
Yeah.
The only time that you must do it is if you're going to be going over your hours.
No, if you work 5 hours or more, they must give you a break.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it.
Actually, the we're not supposed to work over our hours, but then again, at the same time, like the only acceptable reason for them to be saying that we need to take a break is
Mhm.
because we're going to be going over our hours. Now, that's actually not our fault either because you shouldn't be scheduling me for more than what I should be working.
Yeah.
So that's not my fault. And we get so busy that we can't take a break sometimes, so that's not my fault either. I'm sorry if I'm not taking a break, but there's it if I work 5 or more hours, you must give me the chance to take a break, but I
Mhm.
am not legally or contractually obligated to take that break.
Yeah.
There's
It's up to
no
me to
it's it
decide
Yeah,
if I need
exactly.
it.
There's no
That's what kills me about my place
Oh,
because we work.
yeah, I'll let you vent
Let's
for a
see
minute.
here. And 11, 11, 12, 21, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9. So I worked 11 hours,
That's
two
it?
nights in a row. Well, that was straight, like, standing 24/7 cooking food in front of the grill.
Oh,
Like,
okay then.
it's not, that's it. It's, holy crap, it's about 300 degrees. I've burnt my hand 27 times. I didn't know my skin could turn this color. Like, not, no joking. I have, like, burn scars all over me now.
Yeah, I burned myself a couple times on the freaking fryers. I accidentally dipped my hand in one of the fryers once.
I
That
did
was
that.
that wasn't fun. That was not fun. I was so lucky that I had a wet hand.
Uh, but so I work 11 hours, and we finally get, things start to slow down for a couple minutes. And so my manager starts going around and sending people on breaks on who got here first. The people who've been here longest get breaks first. Makes sense. So I'm sitting here, I'm patiently waiting. I see the people who were here before me go on break. They come back, still working, still taking care of the couple of people we have coming in. We
Mhm.
get a rush. I'm covering for everybody who's on break. Keeps coming. More people go on break. People who showed up at the same time me start going on break. I'm like, okay, good. Okay, they're done. I should be next. No, now the people who showed up after me keep going on break. And I'm like, okay, I'm still covering because, some people are still out. Okay, um, what's going on? And then finally everybody's back, and, you know, my manager's there, and I'm like, hey, can I go on break now? And she goes, no, we got to rush right now. I'll let you have a break when it's over. But I've, I've, okay.
See, that's the good part about my job is I can take a break whenever I please. Like,
There's, there's just no time at my place to do it. Like,
yeah. Well,
you know,
if I was in your position, I'd be like, "Hey, look, I know there's a rush, but I have been standing here this whole time and I haven't been able to get a break. And people that came in after me who have only been here for like 45 minutes to an hour got a break, but I've been standing here for like 5 hours and I
mhm,
haven't gotten a break. I'm sorry, but I need a break." And then I would have been like, "I'm going on break."
yeah. And that's what sucks so bad because she asked me, she goes, can you work 10:30 to close on Saturday? And one, my feet, I knew they were going to kill me. I can't stand that long. But I was like, okay, she's asking on Halloween for, she's asking me for to stay all day on Halloween.
That's
That, you know,
understandable, but at the same time, it's like
that means she needs somebody. So
that.
I'm like, yeah, I can try.
But
And
that
I told her, I was
means
like, no promises, but,
that
you know,
means you should get at least 3 breaks.
this what, I told her, I was like, no promises, but I'll do what I can. Okay, well, I get my schedule Monday, and both Friday and Saturday are set up 10:30 to close. And so I find her, and I'm like, hey, you asked Saturday. I can't do all day Friday. You're gonna kill me. literally my feet are going to kill me.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, you'll be fine." And that's
No.
all.
No,
And I'm
no.
like, "No, no." And I kept trying to mention it to her. I was like, "Hey, I can't do that. You're gonna literally kill me." And she just wouldn't listen to me. I was like, "Okay, well, just great."
See, that's I'm sorry, but you can't take advantage of your workers like that. You can't
Yeah.
sit there and say, "Can you work 10:30 to close on one day and then schedule it for both days?"
Hmm.
Especially, do you usually work on a Friday? Like, what times do you usually work on a Friday?
Usually it's about 4 to close or 10:30 to 4, so
So I would have
six
honestly, dude.
hours.
Honestly, dude, I would have said, "I'm not working. Um, I'm not working 10:30 to close." You asked me for Saturday. I'm not doing it Friday because I have something going on that I have to go to. I don't care if I'm lying or not because she already lied to me. So it
Yeah.
makes no difference to me. So I'm sorry, but I can't do that. I have something to be that
Well,
somewhere I
it's
have to
like
be, and pick whichever one fits best for your plans for that day. Usually, I would pick
it
the
wasn't
morning
even
shift for
it
like
wasn't
10:30 to
even
4.
like my plans that were the whole. It was okay. Friday, when I was running orders because they had me set at runner, I felt my tendons rip while I was in the lobby. I almost dropped all the food I had because it hurt that bad.
Mhm.
And I that was like at like 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
I still had 3 more hours after that. I didn't clock out till 9:40. And so I'm limping the rest of the day trying to just keep all pressure off that foot.
Mhm.
And then she goes and tells me I have to do it again tomorrow. I'm like, I managed to do it, but it almost ended in hell. Like,
Yeah. No, see, I I straight up tell my boss stuff. Like when they do stuff like that, I tell them I can't do that.
yeah. I
And
mean,
I will not show up.
my problem is I've been labeled as everybody calls me radio up there from that movie.
Mhm.
And so I'm labeled as just the idiot. And nobody takes me seriously when I talk. Everybody hears me as just some kind of like I'm saying a joke or something.
Yeah.
And so I don't I don't get respect with what I say. Nobody takes anything to say I say as seriously.
Well, that's when you make
Um,
them you make them listen, because if you tell them, "Hey, I can't work this time and whatever,"
mhm.
you don't show up for that time. Now,
Well, see,
you
that's the thing.
might get fired for it, but then you can always file for wrongful termination.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. When I can't work, we have request off sheets, which is you have to give it in a week ahead of time. So she knows the plan because she does the scheduling
Well,
on
but
Monday.
the thing is, if here, but the thing, okay, the thing is, if you are normally scheduled at, if she's already told you basically what your schedule is for a normal week, and
Mhm.
she tells you that that's how it's gonna be pretty
Well,
much every week.
that's the thing. There is no normal week like that. It's always changing. We
Oh,
never have a constant. You know,
yeah.
I mean, I've had maybe one week where I was constantly 10:30 to 4, but then
Mhm.
everything else has been mixed up. Like this week, I had 10:30 to 4 today, 4 to close tomorrow, 10:30 to 4 tomorrow, 10:30 to 4 the next day, 10:30 to 4 the next day, then 4 to close the day after that.
Well, did they? Okay, let me rephrase that. Did have they ever like? Because I'm not talking about like if it's already a set schedule for the week, because obviously you know what the schedule is, so you have to make it work. But have they ever? Because this has happened to me where I I get the schedule for the week, and it says like on Wednesday I work from 6 to 9, and then when I get there, they're like, "Why are you 2 hours late?" And you're
Yeah.
closing, and it's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 what?" No, no,
No.
my schedule said 3 to 9, not um 1 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And they're like, well, we scheduled you for that. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but that's not my problem. Nobody told me, and nobody asked me either, because I
Yeah.
have class from 12:30 to 1:45. So I can't do that. So I don't know what you're thinking, but you screwed yourself over. Not my fault. I'm not going to work that.
Yeah, no, they don't. When they do change the schedules, that's because something weird happened with somebody else,
Uh-huh.
and she doesn't just assign it to people. She asks who can cover it.
Mhm.
You know, she goes around. She's like, okay, who wants more hours, or who can cover this
Yeah.
day?
See
And then
that
like some days we'll even be able to trade.
see that's somewhat acceptable.
Yeah,
But my boss, she'll just like, she rarely ever asks. She'll just be like, "Okay, so this is what you're doing." And I'm like, I can't."
yeah, no, we all know that at the beginning of the week the schedule's posted, and odds are it's not gonna change. But if it does, somebody will tell you. Either one of the other employees will be like, "Hey, by the way, check the schedule. Meyer, your schedule changed." Because at the beginning of every week, uh, me and a couple few people who do work on Mondays take a picture of the schedule and send it out to everybody, which is basically the schedule was just made. This is it, and
Mhm.
that's if everything still goes as planned. That's what it'll be. But well, like what happened today, we found out that one of our girls broke her leg, or something like that. So she's in crutches.
Yeah.
So she was asking if she could get a position for the day where she doesn't have to move a lot. And Betty goes, "We don't." My manager, she goes, "We don't have a position like that. You'll need, uh, you know, just take the days off." And so now the rest of us kind of get to pick and choose on
Wait,
how to cover her hours.
your manager's name is Betty?
Yeah,
Dude, that's my manager's name.
nice. Mine's a short white girl.
Mine is a short white girl too.
She have
I
black
mean,
hair.
she brunette, but she's
Okay.
older. Like
Oh no.
she's older, but it's kind of funny the similarities here.
No, because mine's like a short. She's young, but not like too young.
Yeah.
I think she's 24, 23, something like
Oh,
that.
dude, that's why everything's getting screwed up.
Well, no, she's actually really good. It's her and well, the bosses are stupid. They have no clue what goes on, and they'll take people from the schedule without asking Betty.
Mhm.
They'll be like, "Hey, I need them, to come with me." Well, Betty was relying on that person being at work that day, like working in the building, not going and doing something else.
Yeah.
So then either she has to emergency call somebody in, or the rest of us have to rush to pick up whatever that other person's doing.
Yep.
And we don't like having to go off with the boss because we know what it's like leaving everybody, and it's not like we can say anything because they're the boss. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll come help.
Mhm.
You know, it was like Ashton, the boss's wife, who's also the boss.
Yeah.
Uh, shows up one day and she goes, "Hey, I need one of y'all to come with me to cater the Martin game." Betty goes, "I have 4 people scheduled for today. There's no way you're taking one of my people." You know, she's like, "I need everybody who's here." And so finally, after a little bit, she goes, "Okay, go fine, whatever. Go ask whoever can, and we'll figure something out."
Yeah.
So she goes around, she's asking everybody, and everybody else is like, mm. And so, I come up to Ashton. I was like, "I'll help you carry your stuff up there. I'll help you pre-make a couple sandwiches, and I'm heading back here. You call me when you're done. I'll run back up there and I'll pick up everything. Deal?" And she was like, "Sure." So I get everything up there. I get everything set up, and I turn around. She's nowhere in sight. And I'm like, where is she?"
Wow.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm running the stand waiting for her. And so finally I call her and I'm like, "Where are you?" And she goes, "Oh, I had to stop by the house real quick." This is like an hour later. And I'm like, So I called up to Jambo's and I'm like, hey, put Betty on the phone. And so I got on the phone and she was like, where are you? And I was like, well, I'm still stuck at the Martin game because the boss never showed up. So,
Wow.
I mean, do you want me to pack up and say, screw it here and come back up there or what? And she goes, no, just stay there and keep doing that. We're doing fine right now. And I felt so bad because I just left them with that,
Yeah.
but it was like there was nothing I could do, you
Well,
know?
when it, I mean, it's the boss who's like, "Hey, you need to do this." You can't. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's one of those things you really can't be like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna,"
Yeah.
you know. But
I can't say no, but I feel bad because it's like now all my work that I was supposed to do is being put on,
yeah,
people who are there. And
which
it's not fair.
yeah, I know how that feels. Well, I know how that feels to be on the receiving end because I was by myself thinking, because okay, so we closed down certain aspects of our thing um, at 6, then at 7 and 8, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, if those anytime before that, from like like 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, it really doesn't matter if you're by yourself too much
Yeah.
because there's no cleaning to be done. It's pretty much all just serving customers and
Yeah.
making sure that the fresh food is fresh. Well,
Kind of necessary.
but once 5 o'clock hits, you have to clean the rotisserie, and then 6 o'clock you have to clean the fryers. 7 o'clock you have to clean out the hot case and make meals, and 8 o'clock you should be close to doing the slicers and the floors.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is that's a minimum 2-person job to get it done on time. Well, my coworker was supposed to be at work at 6.
Yeah.
I got slammed with customers from about 5:20 to like 6:45. Like just one after the other. I think I got a couple few minute breaks in there where I kind of sat around for a second to try to figure
Yeah.
out what was going on, and then right before I started cleaning the freaking rotisserie, someone else would show up. So I'm like, "Oh god, okay." 6:45 rolls around, he's still not there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, usually he's like half an hour late if he's gonna be late. So maybe he fell asleep, or I don't know, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he's you know gonna be here.
Yeah.
Well, turns out that he was at his other job, and at his other job he sells phones at Costco, right?
Uh huh.
Well, that's not a job that when you do it, you just end at the certain time. You have to finish helping your customer.
Yeah.
And he had a customer that kept him very late. Like
Yeah.
he was supposed to be out at 4, but he was stuck there till like
2 hours later.
almost like 6:10, and then he had to drive all the way from like I think like another like county to get to Winn-Dixie. And so we're like, okay, where is he?
Yeah.
Because tur it's like by now it's like 7:10, and
Yeah.
I'm freaking out because I have nothing done. Literally nothing.
That's
Yeah, literally absolutely nothing done. And I'm like, okay, I need to get I need to get something done. Well, he doesn't end up showing up until I think it was like 7:45. Like like I had to figure out how to get my my rotisserie cleaned. I had to figure out how to get the hot case done. I was like overwhelmed with the amount of work I had to do, especially since I was not scheduled to close.
yeah.
He was scheduled to close. Now, when you close, we close at 9 o'clock, right? And then you have to
Yeah.
be done with all the cleaning and wrap up crap by 10 o'clock. But you're scheduled till 10 o'clock if you're a closer. I was scheduled till 9. And
You're a closer.
I was like so freaked out because I had to leave at 9.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to have to close by myself.
Yeah.
And had I had to close by myself based on the amount of back work that there was, like he didn't even get out till 10. And that was he showed up, we worked together for an hour, and then he was supposed to do the finish up stuff. Usually
Yeah.
usually on a normal night when he shows up on time, I leave at 9 and he leaves at like 9:20, right?
Yeah.
That night he left at about 10. Had he not shown up, I probably would not have gotten out till like 11 to 12.
Dang.
So the the fact that he showed up late, I'm okay like I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, it's not his fault though.
I'm not okay with it, but at the same time, like I understand that he had just put in a full day's work at his other job and then he had to come here, you know. So
Yeah.
I understand that, but at the same time, it's like it's frustrating to me because I'm getting overwhelmed with the amount of crap I have to
Hmm.
do, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it. And our manager Betty should have probably like worked better with the scheduling issues
Yeah.
because I mean, dude, he pulled like I think it was like a 13, 14 hour day at two separate jobs in one day because he went to work at Costco at like 7 or 8 in the morning, and then got off at like was supposed to get off at 4, but he didn't. So he got off
Yeah.
at like like whatever 6:10, and then had to drive 45 minutes to an hour to get to Winn-Dixie, and then had to immediately go to work and then stay till 10.
That's
Yeah,
that's so stupid.
it's complete crap.
Man, that
So
sucks.
I really feel bad for him, but what can you do? It work is work.
That's all right. We apparently do like absolutely no cleaning until after we're closed.